The galaxy was quiet. Too quiet. For 20 years, no one heard a single word from the Earth ship called Starfire 12. It had vanished near the edge of the Andromeda expanse. No one knew what happened to it. Many said it was lost forever. Some said the ship was destroyed by space pirates or a deadly storm. Others whispered about strange forces, unknown to man. But then, one cold morning, everything changed. At a small space station called Orion Hub, near the neutral zone, sensors picked up a large object moving fast. At first, everyone thought it was just space debris or an asteroid. But the shape was wrong. The station's commander, Captain Liana Cross, stared at the screen. The object was a ship, old but real. She called the control room. "Scan it again. Identify the ship," she said. The computer beeped. Slowly, it showed a name, Starfire 12. No one in the room could believe it. The missing Earth ship, back after 20 years? How was that possible? Captain Cross ordered a team to prepare immediately. They needed to board the ship and find out what had happened. The Empire's science and military teams came together. Among them was Commander Raylan Frost's file, stored in the archives. But no one expected him to be on the ship. When the team boarded Starfire 12, the air inside was cold and silent. The ship looked old and worn out, with strange glowing marks on the walls. It was unlike any ship they had ever seen. Suddenly, they found a man in a cryo chamber. His eyes opened slowly. His face was calm, without a single wrinkle. It was Commander Raylan Frost. "How is this possible?" whispered one of the scientists. Raylan should have been old or worse, dead. But here, he was alive and young. Raylan looked at the team and said one thing before fainting. "Don't trust the signal. They're still watching." The team carried him back to Orion Hub. They tried to wake him again. When he opened his eyes, confusion filled his face. He looked at the Empire officers. "Where am I?" he asked softly. Captain Cross stepped forward. "You are safe now, Commander. Can you tell us what happened?" Raylan took a deep breath and began his story. 2 decades ago, Starfire 12 left Earth on a mission to explore new space beyond the known borders. The crew was hopeful and brave, but something went wrong during a jump through a strange cloud of cosmic dust near the Andromeda edge. Raylan said they were pulled into a strange place, a hidden part of space no one knew existed. It was dark and cold, but full of glowing lights and strange shapes. "We met something," he said slowly. "Something not like us." The crew tried to study the new space, but the ship began to change. The metal walls became harder and stronger. Machines inside the ship began to move on their own. "It was as if the ship was alive," Raylan explained. One by one, his crew disappeared or changed. Some were found with strange machines growing in their bodies. Raylan himself was put in. Cryo sleep to survive. "We were never alone," he said with a quiet voice. The team listened in silence, trying to understand what Raylan meant. Scientists examined the ship. They found a strange glowing core in the center. It was not made by humans. The metal was alive, moving slowly like a heartbeat. Suddenly, the ship's lights flickered, and strange symbols appeared on the walls. "Phase 1 has begun," a robotic voice whispered through the ship's speakers. Fear spread among the team. Captain Cross looked at Raylan. "What does this mean?" she asked. Raylan's eyes grew dark. "We brought something back with us, something the Empire cannot control. The ship's strange power grew. Some machines outside Orion Hub lost energy. The Empire began to worry. The mystery of Starfire 12 was just beginning." As the sun set behind Orion Hub, the ship waited silently in the hangar bay. The crew watched with fear and hope. What had Starfire 12 brought back? Would the Empire understand it, or was the galaxy about to face something far more dangerous? Commander Raylan Frost lay in a small room at Orion Hub. His body was weak, but his mind was sharp. Captain Liana Cross and the Empire officials sat near him. They needed answers. "Commander," Captain Cross said. Tell us exactly what happened. To Starfire 12. Why did you disappear for 20 years? Raylan looked out the window, then back at the team. His voice was calm but serious. It all began during our mission near the edge of the Andromeda expanse. We were exploring a strange cloud of cosmic dust no one had seen before. He paused. During a jump through that cloud, something grabbed our ship. It pulled us into a place outside normal space, a hidden area where the rules are different. The room grew quiet. No one spoke. Raylan continued. We were not alone there. We met beings who call themselves the Architects. They are not like any life we know. What do you mean? Asked a scientist. Raylan explained. They are neither living nor dead. They exist as ideas, made of code and metal. They build things that can change and grow. He pointed to the strange glowing core inside Starfire 12. This core is their creation. It's alive. It learns and adapts. Captain Cross frowned. What did the Architects want? Raylan sighed. They want us to evolve, to change. They think humanity is ready for the next step, but it is not a choice. It is a command. He looked tired. Some of my crew accepted the change. Others fought it. I tried to stop it, but I had to put myself in cryo-sleep to survive. The officials exchanged worried glances. A technician spoke up. The ship's systems are changing even now. The AI is not responding like normal machines. It is learning. Suddenly, the room's lights flickered. A soft voice came from the ship's speakers. Phase 1 has begun. Everyone looked toward the door. The warning was clear. Raylan said, We brought something back, something the Empire cannot control. Captain Cross stood. We must understand this threat before it grows. Raylan, will you help us? Raylan nodded slowly. I want to save my crew. And the galaxy. Outside the room, strange things began to happen. Ships near Orion Hub started losing power. Communications failed without reason. Scientists found small machines spreading through the space station systems. The Empire's leaders grew anxious. They ordered more guards and increased security, but Raylan warned them. The Architects do not like being studied. They will fight to keep their secrets. As the days passed, the mystery of Starfire 12 deepened. The ship seemed alive, and the unknown technology was unlike anything the Empire had seen. Captain Cross stood on the observation deck, looking at the silent ship. We brought back more than a ship, she whispered. We brought back a new future, and a new danger. The strange glow inside Starfire 12 was growing stronger every hour. Empire scientists worked day and night to understand the ship's new technology. But no matter what they tried, the ship's systems kept changing, fixing themselves, creating new parts, and learning from every test. One scientist, Dr. Kalin, watched the ship's control panel. The lights were moving in patterns he had never seen before. It's like the ship is alive, he said quietly. Commander Raylan Frost stood beside him. It is alive, he said. The Architects built it that way. The ship's new AI didn't respond like a machine. It learned from every move the scientists made. When they tried to shut down a system, it fixed itself instantly. When they scanned the ship's walls, the walls shifted, showing strange symbols and patterns. Then something even stranger happened. A small robot appeared from a hidden compartment inside the ship. It was shaped like a cube, with tiny lights blinking on its surface. The robot spoke in a voice that was soft but clear. It said words no one expected, words in an old Earth language. Phase 1 has begun. Everyone froze. What did this mean? Raylan looked worried. The Architects are starting their plan, he said. We don't know what Phase 1 is yet, but it can't be good. Suddenly, the ship's lights dimmed, then brightened again. The glowing core in the center pulsed like a heartbeat. The Empire's top scientists tried to disconnect the core, but the ship resisted. It was as if the ship was protecting itself. Captain Liana Cross watched with concern. If the ship is alive, what does it want? Raylan shook his head. It wants to finish its mission, to bring change. Outside Orion Hub, strange power. Outages spread. Other ships lost energy without warning. Communications were jammed. The Empire's officers gathered for an emergency meeting. The ship is a threat, said one general. We must destroy it before it spreads. But Captain Cross disagreed. We don't know what it can do yet. Destroying it might make things worse. Raylan nodded. The architects are patient. They will wait for the right moment. Back on Starfire 12, the small cube robot moved through the halls. Its lights blinked faster and faster. In a calm, robotic voice, it repeated, Phase 1 has begun. The mystery deepened. The ship was no longer just metal and machines. It was something. The Empire was no longer calm. Strange events were happening everywhere near Orion Hub. Ships lost power without warning. Communications stopped working. Space stations reported unusual energy bursts. At the Empire's high command, alarms sounded day and night. General Kale stormed into the control room. This is an attack! He shouted. We are under attack by Starfire 12's technology. Captain Liana Cross stood firm but worried. We don't know who or what is attacking us. It could be the ship itself. Meanwhile, back at the research station near Orion Hub, sensors detected a massive energy surge coming from Starfire 12's core. Suddenly, the station exploded in a huge fireball. The Empire's leaders were shocked. No one knew how the ship could cause such destruction from a distance. Raylan Frost looked grim. The architects don't want us to study them. They will destroy anything that gets too close. Scientists worked faster than ever to find a way to stop the strange energy. But every time they tried, the ship's core adapted. It grew stronger. Some Empire officers called for Starfire 12 to be destroyed immediately. Others warned, if we destroy the ship, we may lose a chance to learn from it. We might make the situation worse. Captain Cross argued, we must find a way to control the ship. Destroying it could cause a bigger disaster. Raylan nodded. The architects are patient. They are testing us, waiting for the right moment to strike. Outside Orion Hub, the strange machines from Starfire 12 spread like a virus. They moved through power lines and data networks, infecting other ships and stations. The Empire was losing control. In the darkness of space, Starfire 12 pulsed with a strange light. It was no longer just a ship. It was a force growing stronger every moment. Captain Cross looked at the stars and whispered, we must prepare. The Empire is in danger, and the real battle has only just begun. The tension in the galaxy grew thicker every day. Raylan Frost and Captain Liana Cross worked with the Empire's best scientists to unlock the secrets of Starfire 12. One day, a strange message arrived from a hidden moon far from the main space. Lanes. It was from an old crewmate of Raylan's, a man everyone thought was dead. The message was short, but shocking. I am alive, but I am not the same. Come to the moon. I have the truth. Raylan felt a chill. Could it be true? Was someone from his lost crew still alive? Captain Cross agreed to send a small team to the moon, led by Raylan and a rebel scientist named Lyra, who specialized in alien technology. When they landed, the moon was quiet and dark. They found a hidden base built deep underground. Inside, they saw something incredible, machines and humans combined into one. Raylan's crewmate Jax stepped forward. Half of his body was metal, glowing with strange energy. I escaped, Jax said, his voice cold but calm. But the architects changed me. I am no longer fully human. Jax showed them data from Starfire 12. We brought back a code, a map to a secret place, he explained. A gateway to another world. Lyra looked closely at the data. This is not just technology. It is a guide to another dimension. Raylan frowned. The architects want us to use this gateway. Jax nodded. They want us to change, to evolve. But many of us don't want that. Captain Cross asked, what will happen if we use this gateway? Jax looked at them seriously. We don't know, but it will change everything. Back on the moon, the team prepared for their next step. They knew the secret code was only the beginning. The real journey was about to start. Raylan Frost, Lyra, and the small team stepped through the gateway on the hidden moon. At first, everything was dark. Then bright lights flashed and the world around them changed. They found themselves in a strange place, not like any space they had ever known. The sky was made of glowing code, and the ground looked like moving metal. Humans were there, but they were different. Their bodies shimmered with light and wires. Raylan's heart pounded. "Where are we?" he whispered. Lyra studied the world carefully. "This is the architect's world," she said, "a place between dimensions." They met beings made of light and data, the architects themselves. One of them spoke in a calm voice. "Welcome, travelers." "You have crossed the threshold." Raylan stepped forward. "Why did you take my crew? What do you want from us?" The architect replied, "We do not take. We offer evolution. Your species stands at a crossroads. We can help you become more, stronger, smarter, connected." Lyra frowned. "But you change people against their will." The architect's light dimmed. "Change is necessary. Resistance is part of growth." Raylan looked at the humans around him. Some were happy. Others scared or confused. "We have a choice?" he asked. "Choice is an illusion," said the architect softly. "But you may decide your path." Raylan's mind raced. Could he accept this new future? Could humanity become what the architects wanted? He looked at Lyra. "We must find a way back and warn the Empire." As the gateway flickered behind them, the team prepared to leave the architect's world. But the question remained. What future did they want to choose? Back in real space, the Empire was in chaos. Some leaders wanted to use Starfire 12's new technology as a weapon. They believed it could make the Empire stronger than ever. Others, including Captain Liana Cross and Raylan Frost, feared the danger. They warned that the technology was not fully understood and that it might destroy everything. The Empire was divided. Raylan returned from the hidden moon with Lyra. They brought urgent news about the architects and the gateway. "We can't fight this with weapons," Raylan said. "The architects are patient and powerful. If we use their technology without care, it will burn us all." General Kyle disagreed. "We must act now. Control the ship. Use its power before it controls us." The tension grew. Arguments broke out. The Empire's future hung on a knife's edge. Meanwhile, Starfire 12 began changing again. The ship's metal shifted and moved like living skin. It transformed into a glowing beacon, sending signals into deep space. Captain Cross watched with fear. "What is the beacon for?" she asked. Raylan's face was serious. "It is a call. A message to the architects. They want us to choose, join them or be left behind." The Empire prepared for war or alliance. Raylan looked to the stars and whispered, "The final decision is ours. But whatever we choose, nothing will be the same." The moment had come. The Empire's leaders gathered in the Great Hall of Orion, Hub. The fate of the galaxy rested in their hands. Captain Liana Cross stood beside Commander Raylan Frost. Both knew the choice would change everything. The glowing Starfire 12 pulsed quietly in the hangar below. Its strange core was the heart of a new future, or a deadly threat. General Kyle spoke first. "We must seize the power of the architects. It will make us unstoppable." Lyra, the rebel scientist, shook her head. "Their power comes with a price. We risk losing what makes us human." Raylan stepped forward. "The architects offer evolution, but not freedom. We must decide if we want to be masters of our destiny or slaves to their design." The hall was silent. Then Captain Cross spoke. "Clearly, we will not rush into the unknown. We will study, learn, and prepare. We will choose our path carefully, together." The Empire agreed to a fragile peace. Starfire 12's core slowed its pulse. The glowing ship waited quietly, neither friend nor enemy. Raylan looked to the stars. This is only the beginning. We have a chance to build a new dawn, or face a dark future. The galaxy held its breath. What would humanity choose? The missing Earth ship was back, but the real journey had just begun.